A new chapter in space begins as GRU Space opens reservations for a lunar hotel. Anyone can watch history unfold. The venture is led by Skyler Chan, a 22-year-old Chinese engineer with a storied path from Berkeley to the stars. GRU stands for Galactic Resource Utilization, aiming to turn lunar regolith into building materials through ISRU. ISRU could dramatically cut energy needs compared with traditional sintering or melting of lunar soil. GRU's three-stage plan launches in 2029 with a 10-kilogram payload to test inflatable habitat materials. The first phase demonstrates an inflatable cabin and a geopolymer process using in-situ lunar soil. By 2031, a larger inflatable structure sits inside a lunar pit, validating the ISRU supply chain from excavation to curing. The 2032 endgame envisions a full, Earth-made inflatable habitat with life support for 4 guests at a time. The operating life is planned for a decade, with emergency shelter and solar storm protection baked into the design. The concept borrows from Transhab and Beam Heritage, but optimized for the lunar environment. GRU's architecture layers include inner abrasion layers, airtight bladders, structural fabric, micrometeoroid shielding, and outer protection. Future iterations promise larger capacity and a rocky outer envelope, inspired by San Francisco's Bohemian style. The economic model relies on SpaceX's lunar payload pricing, dramatically lowering launch costs per kilogram. According to GRU, the first hotel unit weighs about 10 tons and costs roughly $42,000 per guest per night. In the ISRU-driven variant, costs could drop to about $80 per guest per night by local production. Historically, space tourism sparkled by individuals paying tens of millions for short stays, until models like GRU propose scalable economics. GRU's marketing frames the lunar hotel as a first economic module for a future space economy. Analysts note the market may grow, with forecasts ranging into tens to hundreds of billions by the 2030s. Public policy momentum in the United States around returning to the moon provides a favorable window for GRU. A recent executive order underscores a hard target for lunar presence and nuclear power infrastructure. GRU argues that a private supply chain can accelerate the lunar economy where government projects alone would stall. Competition exists in space tourism, but moving from suborbital to surface stays remains a leap in scale and cost. ISRU technology still in the lab, NASA Viper proofs, and early lunar material experiments form the technical risk. Chang's team size remains lean, a 2-person core with advisors, raising questions about execution capacity. Ghost investors and industry backers are mentioned, but precise amounts remain undisclosed in public. The white paper emphasizes a strategy, not waiting for a moon economy, but creating it with consumer demand. The plan hinges on Starship and future lunar ships, enabling a scalable delivery pipeline. Critics warn about the reliability of ISRU in real lunar conditions and the need for robust testing. The reservation system charges an initial non-refundable application fee of $1,000, then a refundable deposit. Final room rates are projected to exceed $10 million for a 5-night stay when fully booked. The first phase may serve a small crew, testing control systems, life support, and emergency protocols. By 2027, the company envisions a private auction for leading clients to secure deposits. Groundbreaking use of lunar soil for construction could redefine supply chains for off-planet habitats, faulty habitats. For viewers, the big question remains, who will pay over $10 million for a bed on the moon? Skyler Chan's bio features a diverse and rapid trajectory from pilot training to NASA-funded space research. The project nods to Bigelow's expandable modules and NASA's prior validation work, repurposed for the moon. GRU's V1 would host 4 guests, with ISRU later enabling larger scales and better radiation shielding. The narrative frames a future where space infrastructure is a paid service rather than a government project. However, the road to realization is filled with uncertainties, from ISRU chemistry to launch cadence. The video closes by asking whether visionary timing and durable technology will unlock the moon's first economy.